Hey guys, so I thought it would be cool to do a day in my life when I go to work. I work all this weekend. It's currently, I think, like 4:30 in the afternoon. I work night shift, and I'm a PCA, which stands for a patient care assistant. And so, I don't know, I just thought it would be, I've been meaning to do a video like this for like a while. I usually start getting ready at like the latest 5:30, but yeah, I was thinking I was gonna take a little nap right now before getting ready for work. And yeah, thought I'd bring you guys along. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, we're back. I'm ready. I'm driving to work. So yeah, today is gonna be a regular 12-hour shift at the hospital. Yeah, I usually leave. I try to leave at like 6:20, but it's like 6:30 right now, which is fine because like right now with everything going on and being essential, there's not that much traffic, although they're like supposed to be opening things up, so like, I don't know, I just hope there's not a lot of people out and about, but there usually haven't been out on the highways right now. But yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll try tonight to like see if I can get like a little tour of an empty room if we have one. I don't know what the floor is gonna look like tonight. My floor is a 24 patient floor. I work in a pediatric hospital. But our census has been low with all this COVID stuff going on. I'm watching the light to make sure that it turns so I can go. But our census has been pretty low actually because kids haven't really been being affected by it that much, and also you know, parents have been trying to avoid taking their kids to the hospital so that they don't like potentially expose them to, you know, the virus. But we have seen, you know, an increase in you know, the census a little bit, but you know, they're furloughing us right now, and we'll see what happens as, you know, time goes on and as everything changes, because I swear everything changes every single day, and there's new policies and there's new procedures. Currently right now we all have to wear just like a regular surgical mask throughout our entire shift, and then whenever we go into any patient rooms we have to wear goggles, and they were super awesome, and they bought everyone the like nice like hard plastic reusable ones, so we've been using those. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, not the greatest to have to wear a mask all shift long, but you know, I can't complain because I'm thankful we have masks at all. But yeah, nurses on my floor at least, because I guess, I don't know, every floor is kind of different, but they've been doing that. Only the nurses have been going into the COVID rule out rooms as to preserve PPE. So yeah, that's been that. Also, I'm now officially a senior in nursing school, which is really exciting. This past week was like the last week of finals, and with everything going on, I ended up only having just one final. My one nursing class, which was like mental health and community outreach, whatever, they were like, you know, with everything going on, you guys only ended up being able to actually take one exam, so you know, they figured it out. And we did like quizzes or whatever, but my peds and OB class, I'm done with that, and I did good on my final. I mean, I didn't do like fantastic, but I mean, I got like you know, I passed. Who cares? That's one thing that you'll learn about nursing school, is that like, who cares as long as you pass. So yeah, I'm super excited. I saw like a video today that I had taken when I had like learned that I first got into the program, and I was just like crying, and it was just like so emotional to be able to see that, and like I get emotional talking about it now. But yeah, I think that'll be a cute little moment to like make a video with that video once like I'm like about to graduate. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll stop rambling. I'll see you guys at the hospital in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm in the break room right now. We have to wear masks the whole shift, like I had mentioned earlier. I just finished up my vitals for the night. So we've got a pretty slow night. Like I said earlier, we have a 24 patient like floor, 24 bed floor, whatever. And we only have 6 patients on the floor currently. I have 5 of them, and one of them is a constant. So yeah, my floor gets a little bit of everything. Tonight I have like a little bit of everything, and the ages vary and whatnot. But I really like that about my floor because I get from like babies, like days old, to like teenagers. Yeah, tonight I have like acute pancreatitis, constipation, eating disorder, shaking, and someone has a mass. So it's pretty cool. You get to see a bunch of different things and whatnot. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't really know what to do now with my time because, well, like I said, it's 8:30 and I finished up with my 8 o'clock vitals. But yeah, we might go do like a little tour of one of the rooms, an empty room, of course. But yeah, let's go do that. So this is one of our empty rooms. As you can see, it's not set up for anyone to be in here because we don't have any patients. But yeah, we have this cool little backlight thing that changes colors, and we have the nurse server with like band-aids and stuff. Trash can. It's not really that interesting. We have the full bathroom, and all of the rooms on the floor are like this. They're all private rooms. Toilet, freshly cleaned. Shower. Here's me. Oh, and everyone gets a tablet now, which I think is pretty cool. That's a new thing, and you know, you have the standard suction, oxygen, regular air, all that. This is the monitor that we use to, everyone has like their own blood pressure cuff, so there's not one in here right now, but if there were, there would be a blood pressure cuff attached to here, and then the pulse ox is right here, and we use like the little band-aid ones that just wrap around your fingers, and yeah, and here's the call light. But yeah, pretty cool. We have this like trundle bed for parents and family. It like pulls out on the bottom, so it's kind of like a bunk bed situation. We have the phone. We have keyboard. It's actually pretty nice to stay here. But yeah, this is what pretty much all of our rooms look like. And there's a crib in here, but depending on the age of the patient, that would be an infant crib. Then there's one that's like slightly bigger. It's like a medium-sized one. Then there's like a big cage crib, and that's for if we have like toddlers who were like scared that they might be able to jump out. That one closes on top and bottom. And then we have the regular size adult beds, because like I said, we get pretty much every age. But yeah, that is it. Okay, so I'm gonna take off my mask for a little bit since I'm in this room by myself, and there's nobody around. But so a typical night, I guess, for me would be get here at 7 or a few minutes before, listen to 7 at 7 report, get report from a PCA, and like who has my kids or had them during the day, and then I will like go on the computer, check to see that there's like nothing they missed or nothing that the provider put in that, you know, they just hadn't gotten before the end of the shift, and then I usually start doing my vitals. We can start doing them after 7:30 because like the nurses need to puse them by 7:30, so we wait until 7:30 until we start the next set of vitals. So then I should be done with my vitals by 9 o'clock. Right now it's 8:43. I finished like way sooner today because like I said, I have only 6 kids. We can usually we can have up to 8 kids. I'm sorry, I can't talk. We can have up to 8 kids, but I have a really good assignment tonight because I have a few big kids, which just means like they're like not infants because, and yeah, it doesn't take as long to take like a teenager's vitals versus like an infant who they all hate getting their blood pressure taken, for example, and they cry, and then sometimes you have to like redo it because the blood pressure is high or they start breathing really fast, and so you have to wait for them to calm down. So there's like a method to the madness in how you get vitals on infants. Usually the first set of vitals, I would say they always take like the longest because that's like when you have less time because you're starting a half hour later than you usually can, because like for midnight vitals, for example, I can start at 11, not 11:30. But not only that, but after your 7 o'clock vitals, you learn who your patients are. You learn who the ones are that you learn who are the fussy ones, and you learn which ones you can like kind of do quickly. And you kind of like tailor the vitals process based on that. So usually if I have a fussy kid, I'll walk in and I'll count the respirations first, period, because they're laying there, they're calm, they're not gonna, be crying. That's gonna be their true respiratory rate. I'll do that. Then I will, because right now we're using Tempodots and those take 3 minutes to read under the arm. So I'll try to like wiggle that under their arm without like freaking them out. And if it's like a baby, I will get their blood pressure on their leg. Most accurate it's on the arm, but you can get on the leg too and it's like just fine. And then I will get their little leg out. I'll put the pulse ox on so that I can pick up a reading. It can pick up a good heart rate that's not like crazy high or anything, and it can pick up a good oxygen rate. And then once all of that is like, I got a good reading on that, and I got my Tempodot reading, waiting on those 2 minutes, then I will press the blood pressure button, because at that point I'll have all my other numbers will be good. And then the blood pressure will hopefully get a good reading on the first try, and it'll be like, even if it's a little high, it will not be as high as probably if you do it the second time, which they will have already been crying and it'll be higher, and it's usually not that much of a big deal unless they have like some condition that like it is a big deal, but it's usually not that bad. And if you just put in like, oh, patient crying, then I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that is what a typical night kind of looks for me. I would do my vitals, and then usually if it's during school, then if I have time, I'll, do some schoolwork in between if I can. I would say most nights I don't usually have that much time, but I try when I can. What else? We get labs. So I actually just had to draw a lab on a kid earlier, but he's like school age, so it was just a finger poke. I felt really bad. I hate doing like finger pokes and just pokes in general, because like, it hurts. It's not fun, but we got to get it done. And kids are usually like, they're okay. So yeah, I did that. And on like babies, like it's like up to 6 months, or like depending on how small they are, because if they're like a preemie, like their growth chart is like different, whatever, but we'll usually do a heel stick for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now I'm basically free until midnight vitals, which start at like 11, unless we get like admission in between then or anything else. I'm free until then. So, and I don't have schoolwork. School's done. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be charting my hourlies, and I don't know. But I'll see you guys if anything interesting happens. Okay, remember how I said it wasn't busy? It got busy. Yeah, I had 6 kids, and then I had 2 admissions back to back, and it was a lot of chaos, because this kid that got here, the first admission, she, her admission just took forever. Admissions take long in general, but hers just took like exceptionally long. And then I was helping the nurses like hold her for when she was getting her IV placed, and they tried twice and it didn't take, so they had to call IV team. And then by that point, it was already like 11:40, and I was like, okay, I have to go start my other vitals. Like, do you guys need anything? If not, peace out, heading out. And they said no, so I was like, great. So I went to go start my other vitals, and mind you, the charge nurse was in the room, was one of the 2 nurses that was like, trying to put in the IV, and she was getting calls like for kids that were going to be admitted. So I was like, crap, of course, that means I'm going to get those kids. So she had like 3 kids on the way or something, and I ended up getting 2 of those kids. And they, I went to go do my other vitals, and then literally like 12:20, they're like, they're here, one of them is here, and I was like, great. So I had to like stop doing my other vitals and go do her, admission. Thankfully her admission was like super quick. She's actually a kiddo that was here last week and the week before that, and I was like, girl, what you doing back? Yeah, so that happened. And then the other kid was, luckily for me, a COVID rule out, so I will be a runner, meaning that I won't go in the room, because like I said, they're just sending the nurses in there to preserve PPE, specifically N95s. But yeah, my friend brought us food, and it's been sitting here for like 2 hours, and it's Taco Bell, so it's not gonna be as fresh and delicious, but I don't even care. My feet hurt and I'm so excited to eat. And he also brought me pretzel M&Ms and a ginger ale, which are my favorites, and I just can't even wait. I'm so hungry. I'm so tired. It is currently 1:23. Oh, that's... Do you have a time that, like, you just look at the clock and it's just, like, always that time, and it's just, like, you can randomly look at the clock and it's that time, you know? That's 1:23 for me. It's also my birthday. Anyways, I'm gonna eat, and yeah, take a breath. Take a breather. Alright, I'll see you guys. Hey guys, I'm just popping in as I'm editing this. I just kind of wanted to clarify really quickly because I was watching back this footage, and this footage is from like May and it's now July 1st when I'm editing this. I don't want anyone to think that I'm like complaining. I love my job so much. I was just tired and I was just like overwhelmed because like I said, I was the only PCA on the floor for the whole night. So just wanted to clarify that. I really, really love my job. So yeah, I just didn't want anyone to take that the wrong way. Okay. Hey guys. So it's currently 7:51 a.m. and I just parked and I just got home. Wow, it was a crazy end of the shift. I started to get like really tired at like 5 something, which, you know, typical, and I wasn't really gonna have a busy morning either because all I had was to get a daily weight on my kid who was a PCM, which is like eating disorder or whatever, and get like a urine sample, but then the kid who was in a COVID rule-out room that I couldn't go into, they called an ACT on them, which an ACT is basically like a pre-code blue, and so that woke me up because I was like, oh my gosh. And they ended up, I think, for now being okay, and but I don't know, I was just like worried because I was technically the only PCA on the floor the whole night. Like, we had another PCA that was sitting constant with another kid. But other than that, like I said, I was the only other PCA on the floor, so I was just like, you know, trying to be there on standby in case they like needed any supplies or like I could get anything for them. Excuse me. Or like help them with anything. I mean, not that I can help with that much because I'm, you know, not a nurse yet, but yeah, that woke me up. But yeah, I gave report to the day shift PCAs, and then I clocked out, and I drove home, and now I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna set my alarm for probably 5, because then that gives me like 30 minutes to like eat or whatever, and then start getting ready to go back again tonight. So yeah. If you guys want to see kind of like a morning routine video of like what I do when I get home after work, then let me know and I'll do that. But I think this is a good stopping point for this video. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining along. Bye.